In this video, I'll explain how you can decide which credit card you should get. I'll walk you through my logic on how I would decide which credit card you should get next. I know this looks like a lot, but I'll break it down step by step, so hopefully by the end of this video, you have a better idea of what card you should get. The first thing to think about is if you want a credit card that gives you cash back versus points and miles. And the easy way to think about this is if you want to keep things simple, then I would just get a cashback credit card. That way, you don't have to worry about which credit card to use when you go eat out or go to the grocery store. The good thing about cashback credit cards are they usually don't have an annual fee and they don't have any different credits that you have to keep track of. So here's a list of different cashback credit cards from different credit card companies. And I'll include a link in the description, but this is from NerdWallet, and they list a couple here, such as the Chase ones, the Capital One, and Wells Fargo. So you can take a look at this and decide which credit card is best for you. I would try to figure out the area that you spend the most in and get a credit card based on that. So for example, the Chase Freedom Unlimited gives you 3% on restaurants, but if you don't eat out that much, you might want to get the Capital One Saver card because it gives you 3x on groceries. So just kind of depending on your spend is how I would approach that. While cashback cards are simpler, if you're willing to put some time, then I can show you how you can get outsized value from your credit card points for things like flights and hotels. You might have seen videos on Instagram and TikTok of people getting business and first class flights using their credit card points. While that's possible, I think it's more realistic for most people to save on economy flights, so I'll show you how I've been able to do that. When I got my first credit card, I made the mistake of focusing on the multipliers like getting 3 points per dollar versus 4, and I realized this is only one part of the credit card game. I realized the other half of the game is actually how you spend your points. So you can use credit card points for things like gift cards, paying off your credit card statement, or even Amazon. But if you actually use it for travel, this is how you can get the best deal for your points. For most people, you're going to get a majority of your points from the sign-up bonuses, so I'll just try to find the highest one for a credit card and leave it at that. Then you should focus your time on how to actually use your points. If you're like me, you might have hoarded your points to try to find the perfect deal, but just like how money loses value over time, so do your points. Each year that passes by, your points become worth less and less, so this is one of those rare times where it's actually better to spend your points when you can, to the extent that it makes sense for you. Now that you've decided that you want to use your points for traveling, the next thing I would figure out is if you're going to use it for hotels or flights. For example, let's say you don't fly a lot and you just want to use your credit card points for hotels, then I would recommend getting a Chase card, specifically the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The reason is that this card allows you to transfer over your Chase points to the Hyatt hotel program. Hyatt is known for being able to find a good deal pretty easily, and I'll show you an example here. On the left hand side here, this is a Hyatt hotel I stayed at in New York, and for one night it would have cost $540, but instead I used my points and I was able to get it for 20,000 points or $200. So just by using points for this one night, I was able to save over $340. You might be wondering if you can do this at Marriott or Hilton hotels, but with the way they price their rooms, it's a lot harder to find a deal like this. Most people who try to use their credit card points for hotels would typically use it at Hyatt because of how easy it is to find a deal. If you want to learn more on how to transfer your Chase points into Hyatt to get deals like this, I created a step-by-step tutorial in another video, so I'll leave a link in the description here so you can check it out. Now we talked about hotels, I want to talk about flights, which are a little bit more complicated, but I'll break it down for you here. For flights, I would choose a credit card based on the airport that I live nearby, and let me explain. Imagine a scenario where you're trying to buy a new MacBook. So some people might go to Apple and just buy it there, but if you're trying to find a better deal, you might check out Walmart and Best Buy to see if you can find a better price. That's the same idea with flights, and let me show you how you can actually shop around for a better deal. So in this example, I have a one-way flight from Atlanta to Chicago, and you can see here, Delta might charge $239 for that flight. But you can see here, there are other airlines that actually charge a cheaper price. So for example, you can see Virgin Atlantic for that same exact flight might only charge $110 and Air France might only charge $85. How this works is that each of these airlines are part of the same airline group. So you can see here, they're all part of the SkyTeam group. And what that means for you is that you're able to book Delta flights on all these different airlines, and each airline prices their own flights differently. So it just happens that Virgin Atlantic and Air France are the best airlines to book Delta flights because they typically are cheaper. I don't have time in this video to explain in depth on how this process works, but I've created another video showing you step by step on how to transfer credit card points into different airline programs to get deals like this. So I'll leave a link in the description so you can check that out. If you live near an airport that has a lot of Delta flights, then you should get a credit card that allows you to transfer your points into Air France or Virgin Atlantic. And to figure this out, you can just Google Chase Transfer Partners and you should see all the different airlines that you can transfer your points into. So here you can see we have Virgin Atlantic and Air France. Then the next thing you want to do is get a credit card that gives you that ability. So typically those are ones with annual fees. So for Chase, again, I would get the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It's $95 a year. And then for Capital One, I would get the Venture Card. It's also $95 a year. And they have similar transfer partners. And then for Amex, they have the Amex Green, but it's $150 and it comes with a couple other benefits. But if you're new to this, I would recommend sticking to Chase or Capital One. Here, I want to show you how to book flights on different airlines, just because you might not live near a Delta hub. So within each airline group, there's typically one or two airlines that you want to book it with because they give you the best deal. So for example, if you like flying on American Airlines, I would actually try to book that on Alaska because that's where you can get the best deal. And then similar to that for United, I would try to book it on Air Canada or Avianca. Let's say you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is an American Airlines hub. I would recommend getting an Alaska credit card because that's where the best deals can be found. So for example, you can see here that this is a one-way flight to New York, and for a main cabin ticket, it would cost $259. But for that same exact flight on Alaska Airlines, you can see here, it would only cost 4,500 points or $45 plus taxes. So this is another example of a great way to save on flights by using your credit card points. I want to point out, you won't always be able to find deals like this. There's only a limited number of seats like this on every flight, so you'll need to use other websites to help narrow down your search, and one of those is PointsYeah.com. It's pretty similar to Google Flights, but instead of showing you the cash price, it'll show you how many points it'll cost to take that flight. So I have a video where I explain step by step on how all that works, so I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out. If you live in Chicago, which is a United hub, then I would look into getting a Capital One, Amex, or Chase card since they all transfer into Air Canada, and see if you can get a deal like that. Before getting any credit card, I would just do a couple of test runs on the flights that you always fly, just to get an idea of which airline program you want to transfer your points into. If you want to learn more about how to book cheap flights using your credit card points, then check out this video here.